What's up viewers, this is Max and today I'm here to talk to you about Dubia Roaches and why you should get them.
Please listen carefully.
Today's video is brought to you by DubiaRoaches.com. Make sure you check these guys out. These guys are a great source for Dubia roaches and other feeder insects. And in addition to that, on their page they have a great care guide and breeding guide. You can use the code MAXESVIEW to get 10% off your order. So after this video, follow the link down below and check these guys out. So why I'm talking to you today is a reason you should get Dubia roaches. Dubia roaches have a lot of benefits as opposed to other feeder insects. The benefits of Dubia roaches include the fact that they live longer, they don't stink, they'll breed more, they won't chew on your animal, and nutritiously, they're better for your animal. So the reason I want you to get set up with the colony is after your initial investment, you can get it set up to where you won't have to buy any more feeder insects. The colony itself will just keep breeding, and unlike superworms or mealworms or crickets especially, you're not going to have that stench. So these guys are the easiest feeder insects to breed by far because they do live longer and they do breed more. And then on top of that, they are more nutritious. As far as protein levels, you're looking at one adult Dubia roach having as much protein as about 3 or 4 adult crickets. Nevertheless, I do dust the crap out of all my feeder insects to ensure I have a healthy animal. Let's move on to care. Alright, so over here is where I keep my insects. Over here I have my Madagascar hissing cockroaches. And I have them on a substrate because they do lay their babies in the substrate. But over here, this is what matters. Dubia roaches do not require a substrate to live or breed on. In fact, it actually makes cleaning a lot harder. As you might be able to see, I did just clean out this enclosure. Alright, so I keep my Dubia roaches in a 10-gallon and they do just fine. I have a screen top, but that's really just to keep other things out rather than to keep them in. They can't climb glass, but nevertheless, I do keep an eye on my egg crates so they can't climb out. Egg crates are really good because they like to have a place to go and hide. They like to have a surface area to climb on. And if you keep a colony, you'll notice they like to bunch together and breed. Dubia roaches can survive at room temperature, but since I'm breeding them, I keep an under the tank heating mat to help raise the temperature a little bit. I like to keep it around 90 degrees. It really helps them breed and it helps them thrive. As far as humidity goes, they really like it around 60% humidity. That combination of humidity and temperature just really helps for them to thrive in their enclosure and really helps with their breeding. And as far as food and water, it's really easy to maintain for them. And so what I have is cricket water and cricket feed, but I also love to give them different things such as Cheerios, oatmeal, or different fruits and vegetables to really help gut load them full of nutrients that they'll be able to maintain for when I feed them to one of my animals. Feeding them, it's pretty self-explanatory. You could either do a little dish like this, or like with this cricket feed, you could just sprinkle it over. While I'm at it, I'll throw in some old-fashioned oatmeal. So let's move on to breeding. Breeding Dubia roaches is great. You can easily get to the point where you have too many that you don't know what to do with them.
But Max, you ask, how do I know if I have too many? Well, my good fellow, have you ever drank that last cup of coffee and thought, I've had too much coffee?
It's pretty much just like that. Successful breeding of Dubia roaches is just a byproduct of proper care. If you keep proper levels of temperature and humidity and keep a good amount of food and water in there, you're going to breed Dubia roaches just fine. As long as you have both male and female Dubia roaches, adult males and females are really easy to tell apart. Right there we have a male, he has wings, and then right there we have a female who just has the wing stubs. Female Dubia roaches reach sexual maturity around 3 to 4 months of age. And when they do, they lay about 30 babies or nymphs a month. That's these guys. Now don't get me wrong, this by far is not a full colony, but I tell you what, now that I have a good amount of adults, there's going to be tons of babies, and I'm about to be flooded with Dubia roaches. It's really easy to get started on these guys. My advice is get yourself a few pairs of adults and a bunch that you can feed off while your adults are breeding and laying their babies. It's a good idea to let some babies grow up because as your breeders get older, their production starts dropping, and you want to maintain a healthy cycle to where you always have a supply of Dubia roaches. Because Dubia roaches, as I said before, are my #1 pick for feeder insects. Alright guys, but a quick disclaimer. You can develop an allergy due to overexposure to dubia roaches or their frass. It's roach poop. Most of the time when I'm handling them, I make sure I use gloves and I make sure I'm in a well-ventilated area to where I'm not getting too much exposure to the dubia roaches. But hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like this video and subscribe. I have a lot more videos coming up soon. And don't forget to check out DubiaRoaches.com. If you use the code MAXESVIEW, you get 10% off your order. Even if after all this you still don't believe me and you want crickets, they have that. You want mealworms, they have that. You want a treat for your animal, have that. Or if you want to start saving money on feeder insects and establish a dubia roach colony, they have that. And if you have a video recommendation, comment down below. Let me know what you'd like to see. But for now, Ducky and I, we're going to go catch a couple more dubia roaches and get her fed. I'll catch you guys later.